Hi guys, forgive me if my video is not as clear. There's actually just poor lighting in this house, but I wanted to talk about my book, When Rejection Knocks. I know I've been advertising it a lot on social media the last few weeks, so it's finally out. And basically I started writing this book early last year, and I started writing it at a point in my life whereby there are things that were working out and we had other things that were not working out. But the thing is, those things that were not working out for me were really weighing me down, and I was lost, mentally, emotionally. I was not myself, you know. And then there were also things that were happening around me to some of my friends that made me realize, like, all of us are going through something, and what if I just decided to put all those experiences into a book so that anyone who reads this can get something to relate with. So when you read Hapa Nyuma, the description, what happens when a man you once idolized, your father, denounces your family and makes it clear that he no longer wants a relationship with you. Most of us out here are struggling with daddy issues. Most of us probably also mommy issues. So I figured, because it was also something that I was struggling with at that particular point, I figured that someone can relate to my story. And then what do you do when you get engaged to your childhood best friend and end up in an abusive relationship? So this was somehow relating to me, and also some people that I know, but I didn't talk about the experiences. But this was more so relaying to me because at one point I was with my childhood best friend. It ended up being an abusive relationship, and I had to set myself free. I had to walk away. Like you, I'm not saying this because I'm perfect. No, probably I hate my flaws. Yeah. So I also knew someone can relate to being in a violent relationship. Kuna wale wameshapata nguvu ya kujitoa na kuna wale ambao bado wamekwama pale pale. So wale ambao wamekwama, I just pray that by the time 2023 comes to an end, that you'll find the strength to just walk away and start afresh, because people are killing each other out here. Yo, it's really bad, and I wouldn't wish on anyone to die because of domestic violence. So next is, where do you start when your life crumbles and now it's just an unemployed you and your child trying to make ends meet? Most single parents, we also have single fathers out here and also single mothers, we find ourselves in this situation whereby your relationship has just come to an end and you have no one to turn to. Probably you're unemployed, you have kids that are looking up to you, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to start, you're losing hope, and you feel like everything is just closing down in on you, and it takes a mental toll on you. And then we have, where do you turn when all the men you run to in a bid to seek fatherly love, spousal attention, and genuine affection end up using you for their sexual benefit before ghosting you? So this is not a lot of people are asking me this. This is not like I'm also me kind of situation. I just talked to a lot of people who are going through depression, and they try to get like attention and affection from either men or women who literally just ended up being there for the kapow thingy, and they left. And what I'll say is, I think most people, sorry girl, nafungana, most people wanajipata in this kind of situations like nowadays. Like, this is really happening. It is something that is eating a lot of people. But for me, what I talk about in the book, not some were really messed up, some situations, but they're just people who we used to talk. We used to think there's something, there's a future. Before even meeting, before even going on those first dates, kapow, imeisha, you know. But then there are times you mess up and the flesh is weak, and the spirit is what? The flesh, the spirit something, and the flesh is weak, something like that. Jesus. So So there are times that we find ourselves, especially when you're depressed and you really want someone who can love you and who can be there for you, you really fall for these traps that women and men lay out here. Someone tells you they love you, they want to be with you, and because you're so desperate, you're really seeking for that kind of affection and attention. You believe them without even seeing that they're just playing with you. And after everything happens and things don't go the way you want, you end up in a way worse situation that you were before. So where do you turn? Okay, here to me discuss. Who do you turn to when you feel the world is caving in on you and all you can think of are means to end your life because depression and rejection have turned you into an unrecognizable wreck? And I think this is where most people are nowadays. That is why we're having a lot of suicidal news ongoing. Guys are giving up, people are unemployed, people are having fatherly issues, people are having motherly issues. There are people who have been abandoned literally by their mothers. People are having drug addiction issues, and there's just a lot going on. So you have no one to turn to because everyone is struggling. Everyone has their own things going on. Your friend can't keep on holding you down because they feel like, yo, I also have my own baggage to carry. Your mother probably doesn't care. Your father probably doesn't care. Your siblings have their own issues going on. And so you find yourself in a situation whereby you're really messed up, you're really stressed, but literally there is no one you can talk to. What do? You feel like suicide is the only option for you. So let's talk about why rejection knocks. This is a book that basically analyzes all those situations. And what I did is I picked some experiences from my life, some experiences from my friends who I don't actually mention their names inside here, and some experiences are from what I've seen outside. And basically what I wanted was for every person who's going to read this book to find something that they can relate with. And it's a 10-chapter book. I wanted a small book, what was Iboeke, maliza haraka, and a 10-chapter book. So what basically happens is I start from chapter 1, which is let me just say, analyzing the depth of your pain. So basically what I wanted was you find something that you can relate with, and as you find something that you can relate with in the book, you start analyzing where is your pain coming from, where are your issues coming from. And more so now as the book progresses until chapter 10, as I share the experiences I've gone through and what I've seen people go through, I also try to encourage you on how to move out of certain situations, how to move out of that depression, of that mental situation you're going through, that emotional wreck situation that you're going through. And basically I didn't write this because I'm an expert. I wrote this because this is what I've gone through, and these are sort of the steps I took. At that time I didn't know there were gonna be like steps that I can tell people. At that time it was just me really messed up, wanting to die, depressed, feeling like nothing is working out, no one is there for me. But as slowly as I began to pick myself up and just start to analyze like what lies ahead of me and what I really want for myself and for my kid, with time I realized like the steps I'm using to pull myself up and to pick up my pieces, I can be able to share that and inspire someone else, because I know most of us are struggling with mental health. So basically I hope this book helps you heal. I hope this book helps you understand that you're not alone, and everyone is going through something, and you don't have to give up, you don't have to kill yourself, and things will work out at some point. So yes, so any other questions? I have a lot of questions in my DM. What I'll do is I'll do another video and I'll address the issues. I'll address the questions one by one, but I just wanted to do an overview of what the book is about. I hope I've been clear. I'm really trying to hurry up because jua kidogo imetokea itapotea. It gets really dark here, But so far so good. Thank you for everyone who has purchased. For those who have not, you know, I really like to read this book. I'm going to put my details there, and I hope we heal. I hope we all get some energy, some courage, encouragement to be able to face whatever issues are affecting us. Suicide is not a solution. I've come to learn that now. And everything you're going through, you were supposed to go through so that it could at least build you in some way and transform you from the inside out. Again, also violence is not the way. That is for couples. You don't have to hit someone, you don't have to kill someone. Control yourself. If it's not working, it's not working. So don't give up. When Rejection Knocks is out, get your copies, and I'll address your questions really soon, probably the following week. Ciao guys.